They say you never really know someone until everything falls apart. I used to laugh at that. Now I live it. From the outside, my life was something out of a lifestyle magazine. I'm 39, self-made. Owner of a logistics tech firm based in Austin. We broke 8 figures last year. Have contracts with 3 Fortune 500 companies. I worked like a dog for this. 80-hour weeks, missed holidays, sleeping under my desk more nights than I care to admit. But it all felt worth it, because I had her. Jenna wasn't just my wife, she was my best friend, my partner, my anchor. We met at a business seminar in Denver 6 years ago. She was sharp, funny, knew how to navigate a room like she was born for it. I was hooked. Fast forward a year, and we were married. A tasteful ceremony in Napa, just family and close friends. We built a life together. Mornings started with French press coffee and NPR. Evenings were late dinners on the patio, talking about travel, her passion project, a local wellness brand she co-founded, and someday, maybe, kids. She'd light up when I talked about expansion plans or mentioned how proud my mom was of us. And I believed it. I believed all of it. We were a team. At least I thought so. She handled most of our personal finances. I trusted her completely. She'd joke that I was too busy being the big shot CEO to worry about home stuff, and I'd laugh because, well, love means trust, right? We hosted dinners, took ski trips, talked about buying a place in Aspen someday. Our friends called us that power couple. I thought I'd won the relationship lottery. Turns out, I'd only bought the ticket. Someone else was cashing in. It started small, like a splinter you can't see, but feel every time you move. Jenna grew quieter. Not cold, just less present, fewer smiles, less eye contact. She was still there, but her laughter didn't quite reach her eyes anymore. I chalked it up to stress. The business she ran with her friend was expanding. More clients, more pressure. I'd been there. Then came the late nights. Client dinner ran long, yoga ran over. I needed air, went for a drive. Again, I didn't ask questions. I trusted her. Until one Thursday, I came home early from a canceled meeting and found her in the kitchen whispering on the phone. She jumped when she saw me, said it was her sister, but her sister's name wasn't Nathan. That's what I saw on the caller ID reflected in the microwave glass. I didn't say a word, just stored it away. Over the next few weeks, the signs kept adding up. A second phone she tried to hide, mysterious transfers from our joint account. A hotel charge in the city when she claimed she was in a wellness retreat. Still, I wanted to be wrong. You don't just assume betrayal from the woman you've built your life with. I did the one thing I never thought I'd do. I checked her messages. What I found shattered me. Nathan wasn't just some fling. He was the one she told him she wished she'd met first. There were dozens of messages, photos, plans, memories. She called him my real future. Told him I was just the final obstacle. Turns out, while I was building our legacy, she was building her escape route. And she wasn't just leaving. She was coming for everything. Finding out about the affair was like being stabbed in the chest. But what came next? That was the twist of the knife. A week after I discovered the messages, I did something I never imagined I'd have to do. I hired a private investigator. I wanted confirmation, closure. Instead, I got a strategy memo from hell. Jenna wasn't just planning to leave me. She was preparing a hostile takeover. The PI found emails between her and Nathan, dozens of them, mapping out her exit plan like a corporate merger. She'd already spoken to 2 divorce attorneys, both known sharks. She was compiling a list of our joint assets. My business, our home, even the lake house in Michigan my father left me. Worse, they were funneling money. Small withdrawals over months. At first glance, nothing major, a few thousand here and there. But traced back, it painted a clear picture. She was moving funds through a shell account linked to Nathan's consulting firm, creating false invoices, billing my company for marketing services that never happened. Her name was on those wire approvals. She wasn't just leaving. She was stealing. She even joked in one email, by the time he notices, we'll be sipping cocktails in Tulum and he'll be too broke to fight back. In the piece de resistance, she wanted alimony. She called me emotionally distant, work-obsessed, unstable. Said she deserved compensation for years of emotional labor. Meanwhile, she and her lover were laughing about my CEO ego and planning how to leverage California's community property laws against me. She thought she'd already won. But I wasn't going down that easy. I'm not a vengeful man by nature. I believe in grace and logic. But I didn't build a multi-million-dollar company by letting people rob me blind. Once I had the full picture, the instinct to confront her surged like a tidal wave, but I held it back. That wasn't the move. That would have been check. I was playing for checkmate. Instead, I called my lawyer, someone I trust with my life. I laid it all out. The affair, the fake invoices, the asset transfers. He didn't blink, just nodded and said, "We'll need documentation. And Tom, don't let her know we're on to her." So I played my role that I kept coming home like nothing was wrong. Kissed her on the cheek. Listened to her talk about her day. That we even had dinner with friends once. I remember sitting across the table from her, watching her laugh, knowing she was planning to ruin me. It was almost comical. She thought I was oblivious. Broken. A soft target. Meanwhile, I was gathering everything. Paper trails, financial statements, emails, backups. That I even had my IT guy extract deleted messages from her devices under the guise of network maintenance. Every document, every lie, stored neatly in a secure drive labeled Project Iron. I let her think she was winning. I even agreed to couples therapy. Sat there nodding while she cried about how disconnected I'd become. The performance was Oscar-worthy. Behind the scenes, my lawyer filed a petition to secure the business assets and freeze joint accounts. Quietly, legally, strategically. She wanted a war? I'd give her one. But on my terms. The day of the hearing felt like walking into a theater. Except I wasn't the audience. I was the show. Jenna arrived dressed like she was attending a gala, not a courtroom. Nathan swaggered in behind her, oozing confidence, like this was already a victory lap. They laughed with their attorney, a slick type in a tailored navy suit, like they'd already counted the spoils. I sat quietly at the plaintiff's table, hands folded, expression calmed. My attorney, calm, gray-haired, ruthless, nodded at me once, then returned to reviewing our neatly stacked files. Jenna didn't even look at me. When she took the stand, she launched into a monologue about sacrifice, emotional trauma, being abandoned in a marriage where she felt invisible. Her voice broke on cue. A performance for the books. Her lawyer demanded half the business, the house, spousal support, said she was entitled to maintain her standard of living. Nathan smirked like he'd just won the lottery. And me? I played the part they wrote for me. The beaten husband, stunned and silent. Let them gloat. Let them lean into their arrogance. Because the one thing they never saw coming was the turn. It started slowed at him while lawyer stood up, straightened his notes, and asked the judge for permission to introduce supplemental evidence. The opposing counsel scoffed, clearly thinking we were grasping at straws. Jenna folded her arms. Nathan checked his watch. Then the first document hit the screen. A wire transfer from our joint account, $12 for 100, to Nathan's consulting firm. No service provided, no contract. Just a fake invoice with Jenna's digital signature. Then another, and another. 21 in total, spanning 8 months. The amounts varied. $3,000 here, $9, 200 there, but the pattern was unmistakable. The room shifted. You could feel it. The air got heavier. The judge narrowed her eyes. Next came the emails. My lawyer read them aloud, calm and clear. Once this is done, we bleed him dry and vanished. He'll never see it coming. Get the fake invoices ready. The idiot still thinks I'm stressed from work. He's too busy playing CEO to notice his wife is bankrupting him. Silence. The judge asked for clarification. My lawyer nodded and presented the notarized forensic audit, tracing the money flow straight from our business accounts to Nathan's shell company, tied directly to Jenna's access as a financial officer for our home expenses. Jenna's face turned to stone. Nathan leaned forward, eyes darting. Then came the kill shot. Joint bank statements from an offshore account. Both their names. $86,000 sitting under the radar. Fraud, my lawyer said plainly. Premeditated, coordinated, exploiting access to corporate and marital assets. Jenna stammered. Nathan stood up to object, but the judge shut him down fast. And just like that, their smug certainty collapsed. The courtroom was silent except for the judge's pen-scratching notes and the subtle unraveling of 2 lives across from me. Jenna's lawyer, once so smug, now flipped through papers like they could undo the damage. Nathan leaned back, arms crossed, trying to look defiant, but his face had gone pale. Jenna, she just sat there, frozen, like the reality hadn't quite caught up yet. Then, the judge spoke. In light of the evidence, she said, voice cold and clear, this court finds credible and compelling proof of financial misconduct, coordinated asset manipulation, and intent to defraud. She paused, looked directly at Jenna and Nathan. Mrs. Walker, your claims to community property are denied. You knowingly committed fraud. The business remains solely under Mr. Walker's ownership. The house, premarital asset, no spousal support will be awarded. Then she turned to the clerk. This case will be referred to the district attorney's office for review of potential criminal charges related to wire fraud and financial conspiracy. Jenna gasped. Nathan stood up. This is insane, he started, but the bailiff cut him off. Sir, sit down. Then Jenna snapped. You promised this would work. She hissed at Nathan, loud enough for the whole room to hear. You said we'd be set. The judge banged the gavel once. Enough. Remove them from this courtroom. The bailiff moved forward, and I just sat there, still, calm, watching the two people who thought they destroyed me get escorted out like they were the victims of their own arrogance. Justice wasn't just served. It was delivered with interest. I didn't say anything as I walked out of the courthouse. Just let the sun hit my face and breathed in the cold air like it was the first real breath I'd taken in months. No cheers. No dramatic fist pumps. Just a long, steady exhale. 3 hours later, my lawyer texted. DA's office is moving forward with charges. Wire fraud, conspiracy, possible tax evasion. Nathan's company is under audit. Jenna's accounts are frozen. A week after that, the news broke. Nathan had been arrested. Jenna filed for bankruptcy 2 months later. She tried to reach out once, through a mutual friend. Said she wanted to talk. I didn't respond. There's nothing left to say. The business, thriving. Stronger than ever. I moved into a new place overlooking the lake. Just me. A dog I'd been too busy to adopt before, and the kind of peace you can't fake. Sometimes people ask if I miss her. No, what I miss is the version of her I believed in. But now I realize she never existed. She was a mask. A strategy. A silent thief who mistook kindness for weakness. But here's the thing about building something from nothing. You learn how to rebuild. Smarter. Stronger. Cleaner. So when people see me now and ask how I stayed so calm through it all, I just smile and say, I didn't lose everything. I cleared space for better. And this time, no one else gets to hold the pen when I write my future.